The courtroom was alive with noise, but I didn't hear it. Not the judge's words, not the rustling of papers, not the whispers that filled the room. All I heard was my daughter's voice. "You were never there for us. Mom's boyfriend is our real dad now." Her words echoed in my head. Real dad. They stung like 1,000 needles. Her face twisted in anger, and there was nothing but contempt in her eyes. Not a trace of the love she once had for me. I didn't react. I didn't flinch. I just stood there. She couldn't understand. She didn't know the truth I was about to expose. My wife sat beside her, smiling, a smile that didn't reach her eyes. The same woman who had sworn to love me for the rest of her life. The same woman who had lied over and over. But today, it was my turn. The judge's voice cut through the air. The court awards full custody of the children to the mother. My world trembled, but I didn't move. I silently placed a single photograph on the table. The entire room fell silent. My daughter froze, her eyes locked on the photo. "That's from the night you said you were at your mom's friend's house," she whispered. The courtroom grew unnervingly still. And then, the police entered. It wasn't just a broken marriage. It wasn't just a fight for custody. No, it was so much worse. For years I had suspected something. The small, subtle signs. The late nights. The excuses. The secrecy. I wasn't blind, but I refused to see it. Maybe I was afraid. Afraid to confront the reality of losing everything. She had been distant, yes, but who wouldn't be, juggling kids, work, life? But it was more than that. The lies had been too clean, too rehearsed, and then it all clicked. The moment I found the texts. "I miss you so much. Can't wait to see you again tonight. We'll tell them soon, I promise." My heart sank, but I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just read and reread. The affair had been going on for years. Not a mistake, not an accident. Planned. Her boyfriend had been in our lives, under my nose, for far too long. But the worst part? She didn't care. Neither of them did. I stood in the kitchen that night, reading the messages in silence. I wasn't sure what hurt more, the betrayal or the fact that she had convinced me, for years, that everything was fine. And then I knew. She'd never loved me. She'd only loved the life I gave her. I had everything I needed, but I couldn't just walk in and accuse them. Not yet. I had to be smart. I had to play this carefully. The photographs, those small, damning images, had taken months to acquire. The hidden phone calls, the deleted messages, the inconsistencies in her story. I watched her every move, watched how she lied to my face, how she pretended to care. But I didn't rush. I didn't confront them. Not yet. I started digging deeper. Her bank accounts, the dates they'd spent together, her recent purchases, things she couldn't explain. I wasn't surprised to find more evidence, hidden just beneath the surface. Every lie was like a layer peeled back, revealing the ugly truth. I wasn't angry, not yet. I was calculating. I was building a case, a solid case, one that would destroy them both. It wasn't just revenge, it was justice. I kept the calm face, the passive smile, but inside, I was already preparing for the final blow. The day came. The courtroom was full, the tension almost unbearable. My daughter sat across from me, her eyes filled with hate. She didn't know. She didn't understand. But soon, she would. I placed the photograph on the table. It was just one image, but it held the weight of everything. Her eyes scanned it, and I saw it. The realization. Her body stiffened, and her face turned pale. She didn't say anything. She didn't need to. I didn't speak either. The photograph was enough. That was the night my wife had lied to me, the night she had spent with him, the night they thought I wouldn't know. But I knew. I had known for years. The silence in the room was suffocating. My daughter's breath hitched. And then she whispered, "No." Her hands shook. My wife didn't move. She didn't look at me. Her face was pale, broken. I stayed silent. And then the police entered. The truth was out. It was too late to run, too late to hide. My daughter's eyes welled up with tears, but I didn't feel sorry for her. She had made her choice, just like her mother, and I had made mine. I stood up, my movements deliberate. "I think the police have enough to take you both in," I said, my voice calm, controlled. The words cut through the air. The room fell into chaos, but I didn't care. I turned to my daughter. "Don't worry, sweetheart," I said. "You'll understand when you're older." I walked out. The courtroom, the lies, the pain, it all stayed behind me. I didn't look back. I didn't need to. There was nothing left to say. The truth had been revealed. And I was free. No guilt, no regret, just a cold, brutal clarity. As I stepped into the silence, I felt something shift. Power. It wasn't about revenge anymore. It was about control. And I had it all. The last thing I heard was the sound of their lives crumbling, but I was already gone.